All right, we are live. Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there on YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Views back at you today with another edition of Stout Sunday. And we've got a couple new faces here. We've got Drunken One.
Hey.
Thanks for joining, buddy. We've got
you.
Jeremy Vinson from Arkansas. Michael Kormaroff from Brooklyn.
Hello.
Ronald Terrio, Louisiana Beer Views from Louisiana. We've got Shane Fudge. He's also in Arkansas. Thanks for joining, Shane. And we've got Brian Thrash Metal Homebrew Barbecue joining again. All right. So thanks for joining me, everybody. And we will start. We'll go from my left to right, which is Drunken One. Up first. What are you drinking, Drunken One?
Oh, boy. Me ready? Good morning, guys. Had a long night last night. I have something y'all can't get. This is a homebrewed stout that was bottled probably not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. I passed it to a friend, and it made it back because that was the last beer that he had in his refrigerator, and I carried it home with me. So it's a homebrewed stout from years gone by.
Awesome. Do you have any idea what maybe the ABV or IBUs?
Yeah, it's going to be 4.2% ABV. I can give you a malt bill on it even if you like that, if you want to do that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, give me just a second. I will dig it up. Okay, this one is going to be, it's got 8 pounds of Irish Pale, a pound of dark crystal, 0.75 of roast and flake barley, and then a quarter pound of chocolate. It's got Target hops, 1 ounce at 60 minutes. It's a 4.2% ABV.
All right. Sounds pretty good. So we'll see. We'll go to Jeremy Vinson next. What are you drinking this fine Stout Sunday morning, Jeremy?
I'm drinking Mother's. They changed the name. It used to be named Mill, but you can see why they probably changed the name. But it's a Mater Familias, I guess. Is that how you pronounce that?
I think so.
Barrel aged, huh?
Barrel aged, 11%. They rich chocolate, barrel tannin and spirit alcohol, sugar cane, and nougat. It's barrel aged in 4 different barrels, from what I understand. Shane probably knows more about it than I do.
Yeah, when it was called MILF. It was actually aged in 5 different barrels. They had it in
really?
a sherry cask also. But when they went to, well, actually it changed last year. The last year they called it MILF. It went to just the 4 barrels that you mentioned, and then this year they kept with those same 4 barrels. I don't know why they eliminated the sherry, but anyway.
Yeah, it's carefully aged in bourbon, rye, brandy, and rum barrels. So that's what they're using on this one. 11%.
Right. Wow.
So I guess they changed it up a little bit, so it may taste a little different then.
All right. Well, you're really going all out this Stout Sunday, Jeremy. I'm excited.
Well, I'm trying to keep up with Michael.
Speaking of Michael Kormaroff, what are you drinking this morning, Michael?
I have a measly 5.5 ounce.
Oh,
yeah. From Firestone Walker, Mocha Merlin, 23 IBUs. So this is out of Paso Robles, California.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I can get the Firestone Walker beers here in Georgia. All right.
I don't know.
So
we can't get them.
Yeah. Not sure why. But, anyway, maybe one day. All right. So, Ronald Terrio, what you got?
First, I want to thank Shane Fudge for sending me all those nice beers.
Oh, man, you're welcome. It's the least I could do for all the free videos I watched for like 10 years, dude.
I appreciate it, and I want to thank the Drunken One for sending me the spicy beef jerky.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got to get some more out to people.
I was gonna eat it over a few days, but I ate it in one day.
It's hard to stay away from it.
Yeah, so that was very good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I just have a typical. Please shut up. I have Guinness Extra Stout
Okay.
5.6. So I won't say much about it because I talked about it last weekend. I mean, I was busy this weekend with different things. So, and yesterday I wasn't able to find a good single.
Yeah.
From what I was looking at. So I had these, so I'll just drink it and kind of like just watch y'all today.
That's all right. We've always got new viewers and new new people on the panel. So we'll hear about it again and see what you think. So we'll go to Shane Fudge. What stout do you have this morning, Shane?
Well, I have 2 here because I knew Jeremy was going to have the Materfamilias, and I also have that.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna let you guys help me decide. I got 2 different. I got the KBS 2019 also.
Ooh.
So,
all right.
If you want us to compare, since we got both have this, or I can do this if you want to hear something different.
Man,
that's up to you. That sounds good.
Wow.
I've had I had a sample of the KBS the other night at a bar in a little flight, but I've not had this year's Materfamilias yet at all. I've had the milk several times, but I've never had this.
Okay.
So
well, then I vote for the Materfamilias. That way, you haven't had it. That way, you guys can kind of compare.
Right on. That's what I'll do then.
I mean, all right. So we've got Brian Thrash Meadow. What's drinking, man?
From Avery Brewery, we got the Vanilla Bean Porter. This one is bourbon barrel aged as well. It comes in at 10.8%. On it, but doing another local brewery to here in Colorado.
All right,
that's nice.
I don't get too many Avery beers, but the ones that I've had have been really good. They have a tangerine quad that is like world class, awesome beer.
They're a good brewery. They've been around for quite a while now.
Right. All right, and that leaves me. I am giving Dogfish Head another chance. I got a 4-pack of the oak-aged Syracusa Nera, which is a Russian imperial stout aged in oak barrels with Syrah grape must added. It is 10% alcohol by volume. IBUs are not listed.
I've reviewed that one. It's good.
Awesome. All right, let's check the comments real quick. Then we'll go back around and pour our beers if you haven't already and get this party started. So we've got Kent Beer Reviews tuning in. Good morning, Kent. Thanks for stopping by. Jean H. Pierre says, good day, gents. Good day to you, Jean, and happy Stout Sunday. And you can get on here if you want, John. We got room. Ronnie S. says, get stouty here. And Terry's Quick Beer Reviews is tuning in. Says hello, guys, and good afternoon, Craig. Let's see. Ronnie S. says Drunken One got the stout ultra light.
I guess so. Yeah. Mine's like 4.2. Everybody else is like 5 and 6 and 11. And y'all got the big color ones. I guess something
Robert Collins is stopping by. He says, should be a good Stout Sunday. We hope so. And Jamie the Mom is tuning in is for breakfast and says, cheers. Well, thanks for joining us this morning, everybody. And let's go ahead and crack open these fine stouts, and we'll go back to Drunken One, and you can tell us a little bit about how that stout tastes.
Trying to get things sorted out there. I was trying to look for the comments, but let me get the pour on this thing and we'll give it a look. Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen this one in a minute, so we'll see how it goes. Sounds like she's carbonated. Got a little can of smoke.
Oh yeah!
Hell yeah! All right, I haven't seen this for a while. Let's go crazy.
7 fingers ahead.
Last night, I was showing it off last night. And I intentionally wanted it to be room temperature today, and she was looking to get out of there. This is definitely a beer that is bottle conditioned, so I probably just stirred up all the yeast at the bottom. Well, there's my pour in a fine Guinness glass. So we'll start there, right?
All right.
Yikes. get mopped up here. I don't usually do these guys in the sense where I don't know what pattern y'all go through. Do we just open it this time, or do we
go ahead and go ahead and describe the aroma, and might as well go ahead and taste it and give us your first thoughts about it.
Okay, it's gonna be my first beer of the day, so that's all good. I got a lot of head on there. What a 4 finger head, big bubble, small bubble. It's got bubbles. Again, I'm no good with the review. It's malty for sure. You can all the dark malts, and you can smell the chocolate and such from it. Smells awesome. Again, I'm not a reviewer, guys, but I figured I'd chime in with y'all today. All right, let's give her a taste.
Cheers.
It's pretty good. Next time I'll get one that y'all can get also, because this is not going to make any sense to y'all because this is a homebrew. This actually could have been brewed with a little more oatmeal because the mouthfeel is a little thin. Otherwise, the roast comes through. The chocolate is there. It's not a bad beer. I'll have to send some out because I make these all the time, but I'll have to send some out to y'all.
Awesome. I think that's really cool that you're drinking a homebrew stout on Stout Sunday. That's a first here on Georgia.
Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll get some out to you, especially for this occasion.
All right.
Is it maybe more of a porter than a stout, perhaps?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's called a dry stout, but yeah, maybe it is a little more porterish. The head does go down after a while. Not getting a whole lot of glass lacing. And again, it's just 4.2, so it's not going to have a lot of legs and such.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of like a Guinness, because Guinness is 4.2, I believe.
The draft.
Light body stout. So that's an appropriate glass to be drinking it out of.
Sure. Right. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Turtle Man.
All right. Well, we'll go to Jeremy and see how that Mater Familias is. It sounds awesome. So
yeah, I didn't know that they had changed it, the amount of barrels that they aged it through. Like, Shane, that's good information. I thought it was the same as the mill. Anyway, it's very dark, very, very dark beer. You can't even see through it at all. Well, when I first poured it, it had like a 2-finger head on it. Now it's dissipated to hardly anything. Light cocoa tannish head on that one. I'm gonna get a nose on this one real quick. Oh, getting some nice bourbon right off the bat though. That's the main roasted malts in there a lot. Kind of getting a lot of sweetness. Maybe from the brandy. Man, this is very complex. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. I don't think Wow, this is nice. I'm ready for a taste test on this.
All right, cheers.
All right. Oh, I don't forget about the date. We'll talk about the date later. It don't matter. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is awesome. They're not lying about this one. You'll hear my rating later. It's got everything. So it's so many. Wow, it's a winner right here, guys. I'm telling you.
Like a really It sounds awesome.
I'd be in trouble on this one too because it's no heat at all, hardly.
Smooth.
It's like you're drinking a 7% or something. It's 11, so you would definitely need to drink 1 or 2 of them, So that's it for mine right now.
Sounds good. We'll let you keep sipping on it and come back to you in a little bit for final thoughts and rating. And for now, we'll go to Michael Kormaroff.
This is what it looks like. If you notice, the head has started to decline. It was up to here at the beginning, and now it's going down as it sits. Dark brown color. Let me give it a nose. Very nutty, very like a caramel kind of, some coffee. Let me give it a taste. The taste follows the nose, kind of a medium mouthfeel. It's a 5.5%, so I guess you don't expect it to be super strong bodied, but it goes down very easy. And I guess it's just barely above a session at 5.5, but it's quite good.
All right. Is the it's not thin really on the mouthfeel?
No, it's medium. It's definitely not watery.
Medium. Okay. All righty.
Hold it up okay.
All right. We'll let you keep sipping on that and come back around shortly. And we'll go to Ron Ontario, and he'll talk a little bit about that Guinness Extra Stout to all the new viewers out there who didn't see last week's Stout Sunday.
Well, you can see it's very dark brown, nearly black probably on the video, and I don't have the sun shining on me. I'm under a porch cover. And that left a lot of lacing in, like Guinness does, leaving all that. It's like, sort of like a milkshake type thing. And talking about porters and stouts, all stouts are porters, we know, because a stout is a type of porter. But if you look at some old 1920s and 30s Guinness stout posters or advertisements, it'll say this fine porter is made under contract, or so they even used to refer to it as that. It smells like some roasted malt, little chocolate, little coffee. It has no chocolate, no coffee added, of course. Get a little bit of that sour note, because I know the legend, probably not a myth, but the legend is they add some percentage of sour beer to it.
That's what I heard.
And I know Guinness is made with it's contract brewed all around the world. It's made with they send out a kind of like a secret packet to each brewery where they can kind of like Kentucky Fried Chicken secret recipe.
Right.
Type thing. So, but this one is from Ireland itself, and let's see, it's got a little burnt. Now Guinness will have a little burnt note to it, but not too bad. Like when I was drinking the Samuel Adams stout, I was complaining, especially their black lager, I was complaining that it tasted burnt, like just burnt. And I said I don't like to drink things that are just straight up burnt. It's got a little creaminess, but it's more of a dry flavor. This Guinness, more dry than creamy, for sure. And one more thing. Oh, two more things. At 5.6, it's very drinkable. This would be a good mass-produced drinkable stout, but it probably wouldn't be good if you're on a diet. And the second thing, this was made on the 344th day of 2018. It's got the date, guys. Put the damn date.
Right. Hey, date, guys.
Cheers.
All right.
So I don't have to discount it 1 point score because of no date. So I'm gonna give it a full fair score.
All right. Well, we will go to Shane next.
Oh, all right.
What do you think of the Mater Familias?
Jeremy, did you read the label on the side of the bottle?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you read it out loud.
No. You can read it again. I didn't read all of it. Read all of it.
Well, it describes this beer a lot better than I can. But
yeah,
one sip of the Mater Familia shows why this barrel-aged stout is the head of mother's household. It requires the undivided attention of our brewery over the course of a year. Our imperial stout delivers intense roasted malt flavor of chocolate and dried fruit. Careful aging in bourbon, rye, brandy, and rum barrels impart unparalleled depth of flavor and complexity of aroma. It is definitely a very complex beer. And you think, you'd read that and you go, that's going to be a muddled mess, But then you taste it, and the more of these that you drink, you'll really pick out all the different barrels that are there. Some of the bourbon is definitely heavy, but the rum you can taste it too. Now, when I poured it a while ago, a little bit early, I guess, but the head was about, like you said, about a finger or two of head. And the thing about this 11%, I can't believe how you swirl it, it regenerates the head over and over again.
That's pretty.
And it's almost like it's nitro pour because it just cascades up. It's a beautiful beer. And but on the aroma, right off the bat, I get like a rum-soaked chocolate-covered raisins. Raisins are big in this. It goes really well with the barrels, the bourbon and the brandy, I believe. But that rum sweetness kind of kicks in there too. But big chocolate, big raisin, and just lots of barrel. So I'm going to give it a taste. I'm getting a little parched.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. I couldn't think of the raisin flavor. I should have picked that out. It does have that, though.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that one sounds really good.
That's unbelievable. 11%. That's smooth as a yoo-hoo, man.
Yes. It's good.
Smooth as you.
He's not
So
joking.
wait.
It's good.
Shane, you're saying that this Familiar Mother is a totally, not totally, but a largely different makeup than the My Incredibly Luscious Fantasy, or is it?
That's what that stands for.
Yeah, My Incredibly Luscious Fantasy. What else was it?
Yeah.
That's it. These are not salacious hangouts. It's just a rebrand.
All they did is change the name.
Okay.
The label is different. It's still the exact same beer. Now, the only difference between this one and the one I sent you back in 2016, that one was called MILF, a different label, and it had the sherry barrel also, the fifth barrel. Now, a couple of years ago, they took the sherry barrel out of the mix.
Okay, so it is a little different.
So I didn't know it was different. So
yeah, and I definitely could taste the sherry. I mean, sherry would be the more subtle of all those other 4 barrels that's with. But what they do, they put them in several different barrels, the same imperial stout, and then they age them all for the same amount of time. I guess I don't know how many, 4 to 6 months, I guess, and then
they blend it together.
Then they blend it all together.
Wow, it's very complex.
That sounds awesome. I'm salivating over here. That sounds
right, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's probably my favorite barrel aged beer, and I've had so many Goose Islands, and I've had the bourbon double cream stout. Jeremy, have you had that one from Ozark Brewing?
The double cream stout.
Yeah, the bourbon double cream stout. They just released it this week.
I have the regular cream stout. I actually reviewed it on the first. I think that was the first one I brought to it.
If there's ever a barrel aged stout that I would like better than this one, it would be that Ozark bourbon double cream.
Are you
stout.
serious? I've got to get that then.
It's like seriously like a chocolate soap brownie. That's what.
Now what percent is that one?
I believe that one's like 10 and a half.
Okay.
I don't think it's quite 11. But,
it's still a lot, still pretty high there though.
Some good stuff. Yeah, they don't distribute out of Arkansas at all. And Mothers actually, they only distribute, I believe, in Missouri, of course, and a little bit of Arkansas. Can't find it everywhere, but I think they bring some Oklahoma.
Sure does sound good.
Oh, it's awesome.
It does. Yeah.
I might send you guys some.
Yeah,
come out. It's
right.
good. It's very good.
It does. It sounds good.
Well, Shane, we'll let you keep sipping on that and come back around shortly for final thoughts and rating. We'll go to Brian over there at Thrash Metal next.
Hey, first thing I want to say is it's an honor to hang out with Ron again. I've hung out with a couple times with you.
Yeah.
In the past. Yeah, the Avery Vanilla Bean Stout, like I said, it's bourbon aged barrel. It's got the dark brown, almost black. It doesn't hold the head very well. The alcohol is pretty hot in here, so I think that is one reason why the head retention isn't really there. But like I said, is 10.8%. It was frothy, and the head dissipated pretty quick when I poured it. So I actually poured it twice because the bottle's pretty big, so I topped it off. The basic smell notes off of this is bourbon right in the face. I mean, it just blasts you right in the face. The alcohol, you can smell the alcohol off of it, and just very low on the malts. There's more bourbon forwardness to this than a lot of the other bourbon aged stouts that I've had. The vanilla, when you're tasting this thing, I cannot taste any vanilla in this thing. And it starts off with vanilla bean stout, but I think that it's too hot. I mean, the alcohol is too hot in here. I think it hides a lot of it if it's there, but I'm not getting any vanilla off of this. It's pretty assertive and bold in the mouth when you first take a sip off of it, and it's just hot. I mean, it is completely hot. You can't. It's not hiding the alcohol at all in here. So it's smooth though on the finish, but you still get. It's got good bourbon flavor to it. It's not overwhelming. It's just the alcohol is really high in this thing. But yeah, it's beer carbonation's pretty light on it.
You're not getting any kind of unpleasant coconut or anything like that.
Not on this one. I've had it before, and I've had it where the vanilla does come out, but the coconut, I don't get the coconut on this one.
Yeah, because I got some bad experiences with some of those, like poorly put together, or I say like ruined high ABV stouts, and I was like, ugh. I mean, I like coconut cream pie, but to drink it
yeah, this one, I think what happens is, just my opinion, is that they have, we have a little bit of bourbon left, and they keep a little bit of bourbon left in the barrel when they go to age these things. So you're getting more bourbon on some of them than others. And like you said, the different ingredients that they put in there, they may put more of a certain malt in there than other times. So it's not really the same beer every time it comes out. I've had these many times, and every time I've had it, it's been different. That's why I was sitting here making notes on this thing. I'm like, this one's completely different than the other one I had. But it's enjoyable. It's just, you're going to have to sip this one slow because it'll go to your head real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds pretty dang tasty there, Thresh. All right. Well, we'll let you keep sipping on that. We'll come back around here in a little bit, and that leaves me with my Dogfish Head Syracuse Nera, and it poured. I mean, it's black. It poured with about a half finger head. It's pretty much gone away, but there's a little bit of head lingering around there. The aroma, very malt forward, very, very darkly roasted barley malt. It's almost like to the point where it has a smoky aroma. Maybe a little bit of sweetness coming from the grapes or the grape must. But it smells really good. I'm not picking up any booziness on the aroma. I mean, it is 10%. You're not smelling any alcohol or really not picking up any oak or barrel presence with this one. It just smells like a pretty standard stout on the malty side. No hop presence on the aroma. It smells good. So cheers.
Cheers.
And once you get into it, it's even more smoky. It's definitely roasty. You're getting the, toasted bread note, but it's almost got a little smokiness like you would expect to get from like a rock beer. It's got a interesting smoky quality to it. The grapes are really not. I'm not really getting anything from the grape must. It just tastes like a standard stout. I'm not getting any barrel presence, any oak or. It doesn't say. It just says aged in oak. It doesn't specify, if they use bourbon barrels or if they. I mean, heck, they can just put it in new oak barrels that haven't had anything in it for all I know.
Right. It could be even the wood staves or whatever. Maybe it never made it to a barrel at all.
Well, this one usually they specify. This one actually says aged in oak. So I think it's the barrels, but it might not be. It's very good. I'll say that. It's a little bit of a letdown considering the fact that they market it with the grapes right there on the label. And I thought the addition of grapes would add a nice little fruity note to it. I'm really not getting that, but it is a solid beer. The alcohol is masked extremely well. It's smoky. It's roasty. It's definitely for people who like their stouts heavy. It's more of a heavy-bodied stout because of that super thick roasted quality that you get with it, almost to the point to where it's burnt, but it's not quite there. But there's definitely a lot of malt action going on with this. It's just a little light with the grape and the oak. I would like that to be a little bit more prevalent because I like the barrel aged beers and fruity beers. So I think that would have been really good if I could have picked up a little bit more on that. But I'll keep sipping on it, and maybe it'll develop as it warms a little bit. And we will go back around the panel for final thoughts and ratings, starting with Drunken One. But first, we shall go to the chat and see what's happening. All right, so 48th Straight is watching. Says too early for him to drink, but he can watch. There you go, 47th Straight.
It's too early for all of us. We're here.
Hell, it's freaking 9 o'clock here.
Yeah, it's down here.
We've got Turtle Man.
It ain't too early for me.
You drink all day unless you start in the morning, right?
Right.
We've got Turtle Man watching. He says, "Drunken one never sleeps."
Oh, you know.
Let's see. Tyler Mansell is watching as well. Cheers, Tyler. He's out in Seattle. It's really early there. He says, "Hello, Shane. Looking forward to the KBS 19 review." Well, he
thought he was going to
maybe next Sunday he'll pull that out. I don't know.
Maybe I can find one too. Maybe all of us could try.
I'm definitely gonna pick.
I bet it's in Little Rock
I had
now.
2018 and it was incredible. So I'm definitely looking forward to the 2019.
I've got a vertical.
I'd like to try it.
Let's see. Ronnie says, "Where's the date?"
Gotta have the date, guys.
That's right. Flacco is watching. Cheers, Flacco. Says, "I made it." What a great panel. And then Victor Wang says, "The legend, Mikey Kormaroff." That's right. He is a legend. And he says, "Cheers, fellas. Cheers to you, Victor. Thanks for tuning in." Man, we've got a lot of people in the chat. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Jeff Knapp, as usual, is tuning in. Says, "Happy Stout Sunday. All great panel again today." Thank you, Jeff. Happy Stout Sunday to you. And if you ever want to join, let me know. And we got Crankbait Crisis watching. Says, "Hey, guys, what's going on?" Not much. Just enjoying some fine stouts on this Sunday morning. All right. So thank you, everybody. Comment section is jumping, so we will go back to Drunken One with your final thoughts.
All right, my final thoughts. When I go to homebrew, when I brew this again, I'm first of all going to add some cocoa nibs into secondary, and I'd like to see what some oatmeal would do for it. The head didn't last whatsoever, and I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't hold up better in the bottle than what it did. It's not terrible. It's still all right. It's just it needs a little more mouthfeel, and it could use a lot more chocolate. So I'll probably do that next time I make it. But all in all, it's not a terrible beer. I did expect for the carbonation to hold out better. I mean, y'all seen it trying to climb out of the bottle, but it's not. It didn't keep any of that. So it's kind of where I'm at. It's all right. I brew this one a lot, but usually it doesn't last long enough to sit around in the bottles.
Drunken One, do you have a letter or a number grade on it?
Oh, a number grade? Yeah, I give it a 7, maybe a 7 out of 10, I guess. It's definitely not overwhelming by any means, but yeah, there is room for improvement. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed of it, but it's not the best.
Well, when you're a home brewer, there's always room to improve your stuff too.
Oh yeah.
That's cool that you guys do that though, man. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to get one that's for next Sunday. I've got something in mind from a brewery around here. It's the Buried Hatchet from the Buried Hatchet is a pretty good one. I think it's like a 10%. It's who does that?
Southern Star does
Southern Star Brewery. Yeah, sure is. Southern Star Brewery, and it's a local brewery here in Conroe, like the nearest town.
Yeah,
I've had that.
Yeah, it's a good beer, I think.
Yeah.
All right. All righty. Speaking of homebrewers, Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue is going live on his channel at some point today with a brew day. So everybody that's watching, go check that out.
Yeah, if you want to watch, I'm just going to throw a recipe together and have another brew day. Hopefully do a 10-gallon batch this time.
Yeah.
What kind of style are you going for this time?
Probably something simple along the lines of pale ale of some sort. So we'll go that route.
Hope it turns out nice.
I want to watch some of this video. Then it'd be fun to watch you do that.
Yeah.
Yep. Come in, ask questions if you don't know how it all works. So you're more than welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know nothing about
I'll definitely stop by. So Jamie says Drunken One seems a little sad about that stout.
I was confident it better, you know. I was kind of expecting it to be.
That's one thing about homebrewing. You just you figure out what could be better, like you said, and brew it up better the next time. So
exactly.
All right. So Jeremy, what are you thinking about that Mater Familias?
Okay, this is a sipping one, guys. This is not one you're going to just because you want to. I'm telling you, you want to enjoy this as long as you can. Because I'm kind of mad I don't have any more. It's that good. It's that good. It is really that good. I'm not joking. You get all that, and the raisins. I didn't pick up on that earlier. When Shane said that is exactly what this smells like. It's got a lot of raisin smell and taste.
Does it go any darker, like prune or?
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of in between. It's in between that, really. But the thing is, it really drinks like a low ABV beer, which is very deadly. It's
dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous. It tastes so good. You want to just drink a bunch of it, but you got to watch it because. But as my rating on this, I'm gonna have to give it a 98. It's that good. I'm not lying. This is the best one I've drank so far, but I haven't drank quite as many stouts as you guys have. But it is phenomenal. I would love to have another one, but I shouldn't have another one probably. You know.
All right, sounds awesome. Maybe one of these days I'll if I'm ever up in the Missouri area, I'll definitely look for it for sure.
I'll try to get you some of those sent to you.
That'll work too. Yeah, sure.
I have to do a trade with Jeremy. I'll send him some of my homebrew. He can send me one of those.
There you go. Pure trade.
Yeah. Or something local here that you're interested in.
All right.
Any of it.
Man. All right. So 98 out of 100. That's pretty much world class right there, people. You heard it first on George Beer Views Stout Sunday. All right. So we'll go back to Michael Kormaroff with his Firestone Walker.
Okay, as it warms, the taste is still really holding up well. I have another sip left. I'm going to give this an A-, a 91.
Okay.
Definitely a good thing. They also make a nitro version of the same.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to see that.
I personally do like nitro beers. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it certainly smooths out the beer even more.
It does. I think it gives it a creaminess that CO2 just can't deliver. You know what I mean?
That's an acquired taste, though. Some people like that taste and some people don't. I happen to like it, but the creaminess does add something to a stout.
I definitely agree. And also the barrel aging. If they barrel age that sucker, that would definitely add to the smoothness, I think. I don't know.
This one is not barrel aged.
No, I know, but yeah, if it was, it would be better.
I'm sure.
And they can make a chilada version.
Ooh, yeah. Chilada.
Ooh, I don't know about that. A chilada stout.
Gross.
Hey, there you go. I would try
Mater Familias Michelada Picante.
Michelada.
Enchilada picante.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah, I got the Clamato. You may go try it. No, I'm kidding. That would ruin this beer.
We're going to need a bigger bottle for all those words.
All right, we'll go back to Louisiana with Ron and his Guinness Extra Stout.
Well, this beer makes me feel like a 94 out of 100.
Yeah.
That's how it makes me feel.
Right.
Like Jamie DeMond said, tell how the beer makes you feel. It makes me feel most excellent.
Yeah, Jamie was saying something about how does it make you feel.
Yeah.
I've done the skills challenge. My shot is clear, it's speedy, and it's echoey. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared. No,
the Cajun coming out.
It's a most excellent beer.
Ron's excited because LSU is in the Sweet 16.
Hey, me too, man. Auburn's in it.
We got the best talent money can buy. We got the best talent money can buy.
You're Auburn fan? Oh no.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Stream
I won't
turned
hold
into a
against you,
frickin'
man.
fight
Okay.
club.
Ron and I we're gonna be we're not gonna be friends for a while, I don't think.
Don't feel bad because even if we win, we lose because we'll probably have to forfeit all the games. So, you know,
Wow.
if people are following basketball, they know what I'm talking about.
Controversy.
Scandal is lurking.
Hey, if you investigate all these college sports, they would all be in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
Yeah, you wouldn't see
only
college sports.
only thing I can say about that is mafia. Yeah, it's most excellent. It's most excellent. And that.
All right, so 94 out of 100 for the that's the Guinness Extra Stout makes Ron feel, Jamie. So there you go. We'll go back to Shane.
All right.
His Matter
Mine's almost gone, but I have 7 more. No, 4. I got 7. I got 7 more. So
Party days.
yeah, it's probably the only one I'll have today though, because the way how this beer makes you feel, the 11% probably dictate that. You drink this too fast because it's so easy to drink, Al. It's so smooth.
I don't have
4
much
different
either.
barrels. Yeah, and
it's
it's
good.
just a great beer. It's one of my favorite barrel-aged beers. I'm mostly an IPA guy. That's what I go to the most.
Oh, yeah.
But I do love bourbon barrel-aged beers, and I don't drink a lot of them. But you know what a better day than to break open one of these with you guys. So, Jeremy, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do mine. I think the complexity you can really pick out all those flavors, you know, in the different barrels, especially if they tell you. You know, it's power of suggestion, of course. But you know, you definitely can get the bourbon and the brandy and that rum really kicks in. But to top it all is that chocolate covered dark fruit. That's what I get a lot right off the bat, and it's holding through the smell, and the taste holds through to the end here. So my rating on this, man, this is world class to me. It's one of the best beers in the world to me. You know, I would give this 100. This is the Hundies.
Wow, yeah.
Oh,
I
Awesome.
started to.
So let me ask you this question: How much is that beer? Is it more expensive because it's so good?
Man, you know, when this first came out a few years ago, and up until about last year, 4-pack of this was $9.99.
Yeah.
11%ers. Now they've realized how great it is, and they started charging a little bit more. Now they charge all of $14.99.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay,
$15.
Nuts.
Well worth 15.
You know, it really doesn't sound too bad. I mean, you know, 4 different barrels. It's 11%. So I think that's actually a value for that quality of a beer. I mean, that takes time to make. You know, you got to pay for time.
Let me ask this question then: if there's multiple barrels, how long does it stay in each barrel? 6 months?
I believe it's like 6 months is what I think I heard. I'm not positive, but I believe it is about 6 months.
You're talking about 2 years of being in barrels. Yeah, there's a lot invested in there.
They brew the Imperial Stout, and then they have all these 4 different types of barrels, and they put them all in there at the same time and age them at the same time. So it's fresh each year. Each one's in there 6 months, but they're in there at the same time. And then they just blend them all together.
Yeah,
it's a complex beer. I mean, it's
It sounds like it's a yummy beer.
Yeah.
So Ron,
basically.
if it was Tennessee whiskey, Ron, it wouldn't be blended; it would be mingled together, right?
No, if it was Jack Daniels, it would be mingled. And I don't know about George Dickel. I don't know about George Dickel. When I was at the Jack Daniels tour, somebody said, "Oh, so what you're saying is that you blend the barrels together?" We don't blend. You want to blend something, you put it in a blender. We mingle. He said, "We mingle the whiskey."
We mingle.
All righty then. Yeah.
Tomato, potato.
And he very clearly indicated that they never age their whiskey in barrels. They mellow it.
Using the big college words, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's kind of a turn off. It's kind of a turn off in a way, the way they present it that way, because I was just kind of shaking up my head like, all right, man, you know, whatever. So I just kind of stayed quiet. I was saying, I gotta watch it. But these 2 Scottish guys were with me, so they took up my slack by really injecting lots of commentary in the tour that really set the guy off in the when we went to watch the little Jack Daniels movie. He really went off. I was like, man.
Got triggered.
You're making friends.
Wow.
Oh, he got triggered back. It was funny though, he got triggered pretty bad. But I was just sitting there like, wow, this is really comical. I paid $17. I got my money's worth almost.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sounds like a circus.
Oh, man.
It wasn't a circus. It was just I know John doesn't want us going off on these.
No, you're good.
Trail.
Hey, I started it with the whole Dingling thing.
That's true. It was just funny because the Scottish guys said, well, it was a big argument that got into about used versus new barrels, and the guy just kind of flipped out. And I was just thinking,
Wow.
This is like something that's going to happen a few years in the future on one of my hangouts.
Nobody ever got triggered on your hangouts before.
No, that doesn't happen.
Oh.
Yeah, not too much.
One thing I love about Ron is Ron speaks his mind.
Oh, right. He's cool, man. He's good.
Too much.
Some people can't
it's fine because people like to see it.
Yeah.
It's reality TV,
Right.
Oh.
So
reality TV without the fucking
the reality of that Avery Stout that you're drinking. So, and Jamie wants to know how it makes you feel in addition to an American.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I had not eaten anything today, and I've had over half of that bottle. It's a 22 ouncer, and it's making me feel pretty good right now. But it's lacking, and it's missing the vanilla. Even after letting it set, I've been warming it up with my hands, getting it up. The malt flavor is starting to come through a bit more. It's getting more roasty flavored, but the bourbon is still on top, and it's still really hot. I'm going to give it 88 out of 100. Give it a B plus because it's supposed to be vanilla bean stout. That's the first name in the first word in the name.
Yeah.
So it should be vanilla forward, but it's not.
Yeah, you'd think.
Right. All right. Yeah, Jamie said
I buy it again.
Circus of emotions.
Jamie's like the narrator, commentary.
Jamie, you're gonna have to join us one of these days for Stout Sunday. That'd be awesome. Yeah, the first panelist ever on a Stout Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be good on here.
Yeah, Jamie.
Come on, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie.
All right. Well, that leaves me with this Syracuse Nera. It's really good. I'm kind of feeling the same way Thrash is about his beer. Like it says grape. It's right there on the label with a branch with grapes hanging off of it. So you'd expect some grape flavor. And then it's marketed, oak age. So, that's another big selling point. I'm not really getting oak. I'm really not getting grape. It's an excellent, super roasty, good stout with the alcohol being 10%, masked extremely well, no burn going down, nothing. So if it wasn't a grape oak age stout, it would be like probably a 94, 95. But, I'm not getting those flavors. So for me, it's a little bit lacking because of that. I'm going to go with an 89, though. It's still a great beer. It's really enjoyable. I just wish, like a lot of Dogfish Head beers, from my experience, they just fall a little bit short. They don't. The product doesn't necessarily come through as it's marketed. So you get all excited because you're expecting grapes and barrel notes and all this, and it just kind of lets you down. The same thing happened with the Bitches Brew, the oak aged Bitches Brew that I had. I was expecting all of this barrel presence and these really rich, roasty, qualities, and I didn't get any of that. So,
but that's right. We got in a conflict over that because I really liked it and you didn't, so we got angry.
Right. Well, I liked it. I still gave it a B plus, but it's kind of like this one. It's like it's really, really good, but it just falls a little bit short because they don't deliver on the grape or the barrel presence is not coming through at all. So
That if you can get like a 6-pack or 4-pack, whatever the way they come, and because they're brewed at the same time, split them, send one to Ron, and then both of you do a review side by side or something like that, and see what you guys think.
Ooh,
I could probably get a single. I'll look around.
that'd be a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do
as long as they're brewed around the same time.
John, they make something called Worldwide Stout, which I'm sure everybody's heard of, which is their 18% killer. And I in 2009 when I had it, I did not like it, but that was early in my stout drinking days, and I've had it since, and it's wonderful.
Michael, I didn't like the price on it.
It's expensive though. It's really
how much is it?
It's a 12-ounce bottle for like $10 or $11.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I said I'll just imagine how good it
and
is.
it's just a straight stout. It's high alcohol. It's not barrel aged, but it's intense.
Oh, man.
From window shopping to the glass.
So Michael, you said that one, it's 18%, but it's not barrel aged?
No, it's a straight stout.
That's interesting how they get the ABV so high without barrel aging.
And it's not, in other words, you don't taste 18% either. It's not, it may not even be as heavy as Thrash's beer. They hide it. They do hide it well. But
Michael, you never had any negative side effects from that 16%er?
Well, the next day I had a hangover. That could happen in another beer. It's not always the alcohol.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you talked about that. Yeah, but it wasn't terrible.
No, well, look, I gave it a B plus.
No, I mean, the way you felt wasn't terrible.
Oh, I was okay. To be fair, I've since decided not to have another one for a while.
You didn't wake up in your front yard like Wet does. Nothing like that, all right?
He didn't wake up and realize that his truck had been washed, waxed, and detailed.
Now, who did that? I missed on that.
That was the best story, man. Oh, well, okay. Can I tell this real fast, John?
Yeah, go ahead.
3 years ago, this is a true story too. 3 years ago, when they came out with the 6.9% Ice House, which turned out to be a catastrophic mistake, this guy, who I know is a beer salesman for an Anheuser-Busch, a Miller Coors distributor, he said, "Yeah, man," he said, "I let this guy." He was an assistant manager at Winn-Dixie. He said, "You ought to try that." He said, "All right," and he bought a 12-pack. And he said, "Man, I went home. I drank that stuff. I drank the whole 12-pack." He said, "Next day I woke up and I was like, how did my truck get washed and waxed?" Then he realized he had washed and waxed his whole truck and forgot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That's some good beer.
Drunken one's like, hey, nothing wrong with that.
As long as you can stand and do your chores, you're all right, man.
He felt scared, though. He felt scared that he could do that much, work and not remember. I said, that is kind of bad.
No,
a little too much.
I've heard you reference that, but I didn't know exactly the whole story behind it.
Yeah, and he didn't dare go back to work and tell him what happened.
I wish that was a side effect for me. When I drank too much, my car would be spotless.
But see, the danger, if you're not remembering what you did, you might have driven somewhere. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You might have realized you went shopping. Uh-oh.
Right.
That ain't good.
All right, let's go back to the chat one more time, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this Stout Sunday. Jamie says, thanks for sharing your feelings. This is a safe space. Victor Wang says, great cast, guys. Thanks, Victor. Wet Dreams is tuning in, says, hello, everybody. Ron says, nobody gets triggered on Stout Sunday. That's right.
Not yet. No, okay.
Let's see. Oh man, a lot of people in here. If I'm skipping some of your comments, it's not intentionally. Comments are comment section is jumping today, guys.
Guess it is.
Ronnie S has drunken one stout as a damn circus.
Okay.
But he still drank it. That's right.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Right.
Man, all right. Goodness gracious. Let's see. All right, I think that's the gist of it here. All right, yeah. So there we go. So thank you everybody for tuning in on yet another successful, mind-blowing edition of Stout Sunday. Thanks to Drunken One.
Hey, thank you.
For the first time ever. You're always welcome, buddy. Enjoyed it. And
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man
Thank
whips
you.
up some mean beef jerky, that's for sure.
I'll get some more of that around.
Yeah. Jeremy Vinson from Arkansas, Michael Cormorant from Brooklyn, New York, Ron Ontario, Louisiana Beer Views. If you're not already subbed to his channel, wake up and smell the roses. Go watch his channel. Shane Fudge, also from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. First time participant, and hope to have you on again soon. And
Oh yeah.
Thrash Metal, Brian over there at Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue. Awesome channel. Go check him out as well. And if you don't have anything else to do this fine Sunday afternoon, go check out his brew day over on his channel. So
Awesome.
thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Everybody has a great rest of the weekend. And War Eagle. And we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Everybody.
Cheers. Cheers all.
Cheers. Happy